Good morning, Gregory. This is a demo video for you for your custom Regis. I will keep this video unlisted until you tell me that you get this in the mail, and then hopefully you tell me that before you start digging into this guy, because there is a lot of stuff that I have to explain to you on how to use it. All right, this is a Futurama themed etch and paint and just total custom job that you had done by Carl over at Bolts of Valhalla. And it came out very, very cool. Very cool. I'll try to show that off. Over here on the handle as well. Very nice. This is also installed with the Goth Master chassis. All right, so you've got a stock V3 in here for your Neopixel connector. How to get to your chassis is you want to come over here and unscrew the pommel. This is the only place on the saber that opens. All right, so we'll take this off. You'll see your speaker there, but what you want to do is you want to take your saber in your hand like this, cup your other hand, and go like this a few times until it comes out about that far. You do not want to pull on this little spacer that's glued onto the speaker. If you do that, it will break the speaker, it will break the spacer. It's not a good thing. So pop it out till it's right past the spacer, and then you can grab this material and you can pop it right out. All right. And this is your master chassis. This is the first one of these that I've done for the Regis hilt, and it was very nice. So you've got your Proffie board over here, you've got your board access over here, you've got a kill switch right here. All right, kill switch right there. How to get to your battery. First thing you want to do is come over here and flip up your board cover. So your board cover will flip up like that. It's got 3 magnets on here. All right, so flip that up. That exposes your Proffie board. You do have access to your SD card and your micro USB. To get to your battery, come over here, and then once this is flipped up, you can take this and you can flip this door up. So it flips open like that. It does matter how you close them, right? And also how you open them. So closing, the battery compartment goes first, then the board cover snaps on top of it, and they're held in with magnets. Okay, so and then coming up again, board cover first, and then battery cover. This is the battery that came with your kit. It is a brand new one, so it will need to be charged. It's not fully charged. All right, but if you ever want to take it out, you could just come over here and pop it out with your hand, which we'll do real quick. And that's what it looks like. When orientating your battery into here, you need to be very careful to put it in the right orientation. The positive side of the battery goes over here by your board. So correspondingly, the negative side of your battery goes over here by your kill switch or your speaker. You need to make sure that you get that right every time. If you don't, it could ruin the board. Okay. So when we get done with that, we can close this up. You've got a crystal chamber over here, and this door does open, and again it's closed with magnets, so you can come over here with your finger and open it like that. Now this is your crystal. This is the crystal that came with it. You had asked me to do something that related to dark matter. I am admittedly not much of a Futurama fan. I've not seen very much, so I had to do a little bit of research to see what you were talking about. So I got as close as I could with this. I was originally going to do like a black marble, but the crystal that comes with this kit is specifically designed to go up into that rotating piece and for the rotating piece to go around it. So what I ended up doing is I painted the crystal with a black acrylic marker, and then I exposed all of the corners of the crystal so that when it lights up, it mimics that dark matter sphere that you see on Futurama. I kept the crystal color white, and I'll show you that here in a second. All right. You've got 2 10-pixel accent strips. So you got an accent, whoops, not there, sorry. You got an accent strip right here underneath this, and then you've got another one over here on this side. All right, so to turn this saber on, we just come over here and flip our switch. And this is what I've got your chassis doing when the saber's off. These are on a timer though, so if you don't turn the saber on right away, they will turn off so they don't kill your battery. And then this might be able to show you the crystal just a little bit more. You can kind of see what I did there. So it's all black, and then the creases of the crystal are shining through. So hopefully you like how that imitates dark matter. All right. Although these switches are on the saber itself, see everything just timed out. You do have a secondary power switch or power tactile switch right here near the end of the emitter. That way you can operate this chassis outside of the saber. We just come over here and press it. Now we've got these doing a little something different. You've got that rotating crystal chamber in there now. Right? Your crystal is a solid color now. And you can close that with a magnet. And then you've got twist off. So I'm going to turn this off for just a second and explain how to put this in the saber, because it does matter. You've got two grooves on the front of this chassis. You've got, it may be a little hard to see on camera, but you've got a groove right there, and 180 degrees from that, you've got another groove on the side. So they're basically on the two sides, okay? And the reason that they're there, you can't see them on the inside, but you can see similar screws on the outside. So you got a screw right here, and 180 degrees from that, you got a screw right here. There are two screws that poke into this chamber a little bit, and these grooves need to line up. So the best way to do that, we'll turn the saber back on. You can do it two different ways, right? You've got this brass cover here that we can use for a reference, or you can turn it over, and you've got this cover here where the lights are at, we can use for a reference, okay? Either one needs to be lined up perfectly with the big switch, and I'll show you that here in a second what I mean. I'll get it started so far. As I'm pushing this in, this is the big switch I'm talking about. And if we draw a line with our finger over here, you can see how I have it perfectly aligned with these silver tubes, or these aluminum tubes rather, right? If you push it in and it's perfectly aligned with this switch, you'll meet those grooves with the screws and everything will be fine. So we'll push it in. Push it in right there and everything's good. Now when you get to this point, you can take your pommel, push the chassis in, and screw this in. The pommel will do the rest of the work. It will push the chassis up into those pins and line everything and lock it down. And then your power is this guy right here. This button is your auxiliary. All right, and we got twist off. You can either twist it off or you can just hit power. So power, and you can tap it to turn it off if you don't want to use twist off. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll throw a blade in. I'm going to use a short test blade, but this is designed for a full-length blade. So you'll need a 1-inch diameter Neopixel blade. All right, this is my little TriStar blade I got from Space Windu. I'm going to lock this down real quick. I'll show you which one is your blade retention because it does matter. You've got two screws right here, not the bottom one. That's not your blade retention. This little grub screw that's closest to the emitter, that will be your blade retention. You can see it right there next to my pinky. All right, do not mess with the bigger one. Only loosen and tighten that small one. That's your blade retention. All right. Blaster bolts is just tapping on the button. Blade lockup is holding down the auxiliary and hitting the saber. On a full-length blade, you'll see that go up and down the blade as you move the saber like this, right? When you hold it straight up, it'll be right here. And as you go like this, your blade lockup will move down your blade. And then your soundtrack is a long press on the power when the saber's off. Oops. Just like that. And another long press to turn it off. right, just like that. So we'll go over here and we'll take the blade back out, and we'll go over taking the chassis out. You got two different options since you have a kill switch. Go ahead and unscrew this. Again, we'll take our saber and cup our hand. Pop it right out. Now, you can either, I'll turn this on, you can either flip the kill switch to turn it off and leave your battery in, or you could go in and flip your kill switch and take your battery out. All right. And then we'll put it back in here for safekeeping. But that is basically your custom Regis with Goth Master chassis. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to get this out in the mail today, but obviously you'll have this in your hand before you see it. So I hope that you like the way the chassis came out. I know that you'll like the way that the saber came out because Carl did a fantastic job. All right, thanks.